everybody. So it looks like we got 15 folks or so in here tonight. Going live into, or I'm going live into Malgi's podcast page, Sierra Hotel, my personal page, and into Grumpy Old Scale Modeler, and over to the YouTube channel as well. So it's good to see so many folks come in. Like I said, we're just getting started. So if I could get y'all to do me a favor, if you are, let me see here, if you are coming in off of Facebook, I am going to need you to scroll on over to the link I'm putting into the chat right now. You need to allow Facebook to be able to let StreamYard see your information, or I don't know who is who. I see I'm here. Hi, Darren, but it's just a blank screen. So here you'll see. I can put it in, and we'll just see it. This says, hi, Darren. I don't know who it is or where you're from. So if you'll grant a permission, and I can tell you. So I saw Cole. Let me see here. Where's Cole at? Cole Jacobson in. Good to see you, my friend. Cole and I have met in Las Vegas. And I know Cole is fixing to start working on the same kit here. And you and I are chat quite often there on Instagram as well. So it's good to see you, Cole. Thanks for stopping by. Yeah, I saw a post today, now that you mentioned that, about some exhaust on that rollout kit being reworked and moved. And it does look like a pretty major undertaking. I don't know if I'm going to go down that rabbit hole or not, but we'll see as this build progresses. Oh, there's Frildo, my esteemed co-host Frildo. What's going up, my friend? You guys, he's on his way to West Virginia with his daughter. You and your wife and family, y'all be careful. I know the weather's really nasty here. I don't know how it is out there where you are, but be careful on the roads there. Yep. All right. So that was Justin, one of my good friends from the local club here. Justin, good to see you. Yep, you hit it correctly. I can see you. Thanks for stopping by. Here's one from my good friend Luca over at Luca C channel. He says he left Facebook and came over to YouTube. Appreciate it there, Luca. It's good to see you, my friend. We tried to talk a while ago, and I finally figured out what the audio problem was. It was all me. Imagine that. These little white things were connected to my laptop and not to my phone, so I apologize. So, Krill says, yep, West Virginia University. Oh, it's Kristen. Kristen, thanks. Yeah, don't let him text and drive, would you? He has a hard enough just driving and looking. You know what I mean? So thanks for taking the helm there. Let's see here. Good evening, guys. Joseph coming to us. So you guys, as y'all are posting here into the chat, let me know where it is y'all are coming from, where you're at. I'd like to know that. So Joseph says, good evening, guys. Working on next gen kit as I watch. Which one are you working on? Joseph, are you working on the rollout, or are you working on the old, let's see here, on the old, the rollout, or the, what is it, the number 5 or the number 9 car? Interesting to know. I've picked this one for a reason. I've got the other 2 cars. We'll talk about those here in a few minutes. But this one here, I'm going to do a little bit. I actually got 2 of these. So I'm going to do something a little bit different with this one. So, okay. So, Robbie, you're absolutely correct. I think there's a little bit of a delay. It's good to see you here. I appreciate you stopping by. And you guys, like Luca, Robbie, you guys feel free, man. Plug your YouTube channel into the comments there, so guys can check out y'all's content. I'll certainly link to the channels and stuff in what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this recording. We're live on Facebook right now, but I'm going to actually take the recording and do a little bit of editing on it and then re-upload it. So when I do that, I'll be uploading this video and I can put in there. I'll put in the description all y'all's links to y'all's stuff. So yeah, Lucas, I know it's all in the name, my friend. So just working on the rollout, trying to get it done for the Mid-Atlantic. So Mid-Atlantic, my friend, well, I'm here in Maryland. We're in the Mid-Atlantic. Where you at? Okay, let's see here. Okay, so the old rollout car. The reason why I've decided to do this is I'm not going to do it in this this livery. I'm going to go ahead and do it in a what if. And you know, I'm not sure what that what if is going to be yet. I have some ideas, but before I do that, I would like to know what you folks out there think about what if cars. What if it was, you know, a driver that's a Buddy Baker Chevrolet, or you know, something of that nature. What do y'all think about doing that? Is that sacrilege by doing it to a new next gen car, or is that something that you think would be pretty cool? So once I know that, then I know how to carry on, because we all know that the chassis and everything else is pretty much the same from car to car. So as we build through this, no harm, no foul. We don't really need to worry about it until we get to the body. So there you go. Lucas says he loves what ifs and fiction NASCARs. Yeah, I think he is seeing Days of Thunder, isn't he? You know, I know that's one of his favorite movies. Anyway, so Luca has been building the hell out of this car. Well, not this one, but you know which one. The number 9 car. And I'm going to go ahead and kind of break into this. Oh, hold on. Before we do that, let's talk a little bit about Salvinos JR. Okay, for the uninitiated out there, for those that aren't really into the car modeling, I mean, let's face it, us over at the Model Geeks podcast, we're pretty much aviation centric. I am the one car guy on the show, and I've been doing cars for, you know, well, since I was a kid. I remember collecting the old monogram kits as I was growing up. I also remember whenever they decided, I think it was during the Clinton years, somebody can correct me if I'm wrong, but they said, oh, we're not putting Winston or no cigarettes and no booze on cars anymore. At that point, they said they were going to do away with, you know, all the cup car kits and all that. So I started buying them up. Yeah. Didn't happen at that point, but as you know, monogram went away and the cars are no longer available. In comes Salvinos JR. They got the monogram molds. They started repopping the old monogram kits. God bless them for that. I'm so glad they did it. It would allow me to pick up some, and you know, and then they did different liveries that were, you know, we didn't see in the monogram kits. So along came the 25th scale stuff, all of Jim Rogers' originals. I did the Teflon car, the Buddy Baker Monte Carlo. I love those big body Monte Carlos. They're just wicked. So in rolls those, and now the next step is right here. And these are, I mean, these literally came off the molding machines into boxes and out. That's how new they are. There are a ton of build videos out there online right now. All of them are great. There's some folks on Facebook that are building them. They're all doing a great job. What I like about these, and it's something that Luca points out in his videos, is that these are made really so that you pick these up off of a hauler and racetrack, and dad and son can go back and they can build these. They're molded in color. You really don't need to paint them if you don't want to. You can just, slap them together and put the decals on them, and you have a darn nice race car. If you look, like I said, I keep going back to Lucas. That's the one I'm really following at the moment. But it's really turning out cool, and it's minimal paint. So I really dig that. Jim and Rick and Chris there at Salvinos, they worked hand in hand with Hendrick Motorsports and with NASCAR. You can see the GM logo on the side. All the licensing was in place, and they had a lot of help developing these kits. And from what I can see, the engineering is just spot on. One other thing I'll say about Salvinos, and you can find the information at Salvinos, jrmodels.com, is the Salvinos JR Builders Club. I'm a member. I've been a member since pretty much its inception. I would suggest that if y'all are not members, head on over, take a look at it, because it really gets, these are sold out. And the only reason why I got two of them is because I pre-ordered the two through the Builders Club. And lo and behold, I got them when they're released. You head over to Salvinos, and Luca, correct me if I'm wrong, I swore I saw it earlier today. These are sold out on the website. And I highly anticipate that the Chase Elliott and the Kyle Larson cards are soon going to be sold out as well. So if you're in the Builders Club, you kind of get a head start on that. So Lucas says he loves the video on that grill for that. Thanks, my friend. That's one of the things I really enjoy doing, is adding some added detail with something as simple as an aluminum can. It really does add a lot. I've noticed that a lot of the builds I see out there, the guys are adding insulation stuff to the firewalls, to the floor pans, insulation, things of that nature. And we'll be doing that on this build as well. Okay, so let's talk just briefly about how the build's going to go. I want to keep these live streams. This is the first one, obviously, right? But I want to keep these pretty much to an hour and a half. I'm not real sure what the interval is going to be. I would like to do one a week, probably every Friday. Might move them to Saturday. We'll see how that goes. I will do a little bit of pre-work before we do the live stream. I won't finish it all. So whenever I come on, I can show you what's been done. We can talk about it, and then, of course, I'll demonstrate whatever technique was done before or when I did it. So that's kind of the game plan, to kind of keep the streaming time to a minimum. I know people are looking to get their weekends kicked off. If we go an hour and a half, I'm not going to lose any sleep over that. But an hour to an hour and a half, I think it's going to be good. Here's my good buddy Alan from New Braunfels, Texas, my hometown. Alan, good to see you. I think that, yes, the Fords and Toyotas are in the future. They're just really starting to kick things off. There's not been any announcements whatsoever on any of the other makes yet. Let's think baby steps. Right now, we got the Chevrolet GM licensing. They've got the Hendrick guys coming out, and baby steps, one little step at a time. But I'm expecting big things and good things as they move forward. They're really, really knocking it out of the park over there at Salvino. So, Robbie, there was a little bit of a delay, but Rick and Jim and Chris, they were not going to release these things till everything was just right. So they waited till the last minute. They got things fixed. And if you watch some of the reviews, there's a couple little things, and I know that Jim is hot on it, trying to fix some of the little tweaks, make some tweaks to them. Their goal is to make these things, just as best as they possibly can. They don't want you to have any issues with them. So Originally, there was just a little bit of a delay with them coming out, but they are on the streets, my friend. So, okay, y'all keep your questions coming. I appreciate it. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to go ahead and come on down here to the bench. We'll kind of take a look at what we've got here. I really haven't started anything on it yet. It is, I opened it up, kind of looked at a few things, and that's as far as I've gotten now. I looked at the body. I know that I've heard of some folks getting some bodies that might have been tweaked just a little bit. Luca kind of talked about this a little bit on his show. You can kind of twist them just so this is really sturdy. This really good stuff, really good styrene, but you can twist them just a little bit and kind of get them in shape. But I mean, this one's perfect. There is absolutely nothing wrong with it. You will notice as was discussed earlier, Cole had mentioned that people were relocating the exhaust back. You can look at the box art picture where the exhaust is. I got to tell you, that's not a big deal to me, and I'm certainly probably not going to touch that on this car. Nope, not at all. But the detail is really good. Got all the roof panels in here. I believe the hood. Yep, the hood's got all the panels in it as well. It was pointed out in Luca's video, his build video about the vents. These are closed. You can go. He's got some awesome pictures too. Let me tell you something. There's not a lot of reference pictures out there. Cole shared some with me, and Luca has shared some with me. And you two guys, if y'all are okay with sharing those with the rest of the builders as we're going, hit me up offline, and we'll figure out a way to get those out so that all the rest of the race fans there can share in those reference photos as well. But back to the point here, these are normally open. If you can do this with the hood closed, this is great. There's no issues here, and that's probably what I'm going to do is leave it. But on the next gen car, whenever you open the hood, those vents are actually part of the duct work under the hood. So, the decals or the vinyl would actually stay on those vents when the hood opens. So I'm not sure if I want to go to the trouble of cutting this out and getting to that level of detail, but we'll see. We will see as time goes on. So let's see. Lucas says the Ford exhaust was last minute after the rollout. So the kit is correct for how the cars are racing today. So there you go. There you go. And Cola said share them. So let's get together after and figure out how we want to share those and what the easiest way is going to be for everybody to get them. So I agree. I think we should share them too. Okay, let's see. Anybody new? I want to go ahead and do my little PSA here. I'm going to go back to my front camera. For anybody that's new coming into the stream, if you're coming in off Facebook, I haven't had a problem here just yet, but if you're coming off Facebook, please follow the link in the chat and grant StreamYard permission so that, like with Cole's comment up there, I can see who it is that is commenting and where you're coming from. So let's see. Okay, so next. Down here, we've got our clear parts. You see, I haven't busted anything out of the bag yet. But back to the multicolors. Now, on the Chase Elliott car, all this stuff is blue. As a matter of fact, I really want to do this car as well. And I will, but I'm going to have to paint this one. It's just cool. It's like the Napa colors. I think it's a really cool livery. And note here, like I said before, there's the big Hendrick sign on it. All the licensing in place. There's NASCAR, Hendrick, and GM. These guys, they really did their homework. But you'll see like the Chase LA cars molded in blue. All the decals that come with it. I've got a set of those right here. Oh, that's the Kyle Larson ones. I got that card in the mail just the other day. But here they are. Really, really good looking power slide decals. I mean, what can you say about power slide decals? They're awesome. They are awesome, awesome decals. So let's see. So going back to, as you can see, it's molded in color. Or this one here is a white. So all I got in this boxing was the black and white. Let's go ahead and bust these open. Not big really on doing in-box reviews. I think that's been done to death on this car already. I think the build reviews have been done. There's just a ton of them out there. I think the best one out there right now is Lucas. He's really doing a good job. And matter of fact, he's doing better than a good job. I don't want to give him a big head. He's already got a big enough head. A little swollen there, aren't you, Luca? No, he's really doing a good job. He's a great modeler. But so anyway, I thought that instead of doing a build video, I kind of thought this step-by-step and alive would be a little bit different. So hopefully all y'all that are on now don't think that my rambling is too torquish and will stick with us as we go through this whole thing. So lots of parts, lots of moving parts. Like I said, tonight's episode really is just kind of getting familiar with Kit, talking a little bit about Salvinos. And look, if y'all are going to follow along with the build, I want y'all's input as well on what it is you guys would like to see as we go. I mean, I could do this pretty much just an out-of-the-box build. Or do we want to get into some of the more detailing aspects of things, brake lines, so on and so forth? That's something that might be a little bit cool. We can start plumbing things up and making things a little bit more realistic. So let me know what you think in the comments. This is one of the things that Luke had pointed out before. This is what I was talking about with the guys there at Salvinos trying to make things as perfect as they can. Look, there's nothing that comes out. There's no such thing as a perfect kit. We've actually talked about this on the podcast. Trying to think about the perfect kit. Built the Tamiya F4 Phantom, and then there's the Tamiya F14, and we talked on the podcast several times that being aviation guys, those are about as close to the perfect kit as you can get. This might be that when it comes to the NASCAR. It's a perfect NASCAR kit. They want to make it even better. So anytime they come across any type of issues, they're fixing it, and they're fixing Johnny on the spot. So you'll see little addendums like this to the instructions as they move forward. Lots of decals. This livery car here itself, I mean, you look, there's all the body markings. Plus all the window trim, et cetera, et cetera. It's all here. We're going to get more into it, but I mean, look, there's two side plates. This must be an addendum too. Luca, you can help me out if I'm speaking out of turn here, but it looks like there's some corrections there too. I don't know. We'll see as we go forward. But there you go. So decals. The instructions, I know that there's some important steps here as you build through this car. It's been pointed out many times online, and I think the biggest one, I'm not going to go through all these instructions. I just don't think it's needed. I do want to point out this section right here, and that is using this bottom piece, this chassis piece, as your jig as you build it. From what I understand, that's extremely important. You don't glue the parts into place, but making sure that these scuff pads or rough pads are in place as you go. Everything is built off that bottom piece down here, and in order to keep it plumbed and everything in place is it's important to use this as a jig as you move forward. So, all right, so let me see here. We got a couple guys here have commented. Let me go through those real quick. Let's see. So Larry's saying we need more model manufacturers in the U.S. You know what? I agree. I really do. We have the ability to do it here. This is living proof. These are designed and molded right here. And there's absolutely no reason why we can't be doing that with other subjects. So I agree with you, my friend. I would like to see more of that brought here stateside. Paul, don't really know what to think about the new kit. Well, you know, I have to ask, have you, do you have it yet? Have you started working with it or looked at it, held it in your hands? I've built the old ones, many of them in the past, the old monogram ones. I do enjoy building those. They're a little long in the tooth. I think the engineering on this is, from what I can see so far, is really, really good. So, you know, Paul, as we go through the build here, you know, let's look at it and see what we think as we go through the build itself. Luca, he says, have to take off. All right, man. Hey, get over there. Tell Andy we said hello. It's good talking to you, and we'll talk on the phone here soon. Have a good evening. Oh, he also followed up with there's a small correction sheet for the roll-out car only. So it's just a roll-out car. Like I said, as they come out with a correction sheet, you know, and this is the one that he's talking about here, as they make these corrections, then the next iteration of car obviously will have these already incorporated. So just one small correction for the first one out. And there, yes, there were some changes to the black decals. There you go. So changes to, so I'm going to take it that, let me pull these up here real quick. Because I have not, like I said, I broke this open for the first time this evening. Let me switch here and go back to the decals, but I'm going to assume that being this is the corrected set, there were issues on this one. So let me know their TBD, if that is correct. The issue sheet and corrected sheet, is that correct? Yes or no? Thanks. Appreciate that insight. Joseph, very important not to glue that roll case down before it tells you to do so. So that's exactly where I was going with that. Use it as a jig. Don't glue that stuff in place just yet. So, and then Mark, Dan, let's see. Let's see that kit full tilt if possible. Just picked up 73 charger kit. That's my first JR. You're going to like it, my friend. I've got the JR kit or the 73 charger as well. Actually, I've got every single one of them. I've got every Salvinos kit that has been released. So, I mean, in fact, I think I don't know if Kristen is still texting for old Frildo there, but I think he's got one of those that I traded him one. I had two of them. So, okay, TBD has verified that the small sheet in that rollout is the corrected sheet. So there you go. And Larry Russo, if more race, well, y'all can see there, if more race teams and sponsors get together, maybe we can see more new stuff. Yep, probably. I know that once these these kits show up on the hauler. Hey man, these race guys. Look, I've been around the track a couple times. I've worked a little bit within the motorsport industry, and I can tell you that those guys, when they start seeing something sell off of one hauler, souvenir hauler, then it's like dominoes falling. They all want to be a part of that. So, yep, I can see it coming. Brian says, okay, so there we go, Brian. Hold on a second. Is this the same? TBD? And then Brian. See, the icons are about the same. So something happened there. I'm thinking that's Brian there. So, yeah, so that's what I thought. Frildo has one of the petty cars as well, yeah. There you go. Okay. Thanks a lot. I appreciate that, Brian. Okay, so as I said, I want to apologize up front. This was, we talked about doing this on our pop-up live that we did earlier this week. Thought it a good idea. I'm not going to lie to you. I threw this first in the series together quickly this afternoon. That would be all the artwork you saw, so on and so forth. I did all that today. And I'm looking forward, folks, as we move forward here to building this and building alongside of you. I hope that y'all will all join me as I move forward. I want to get y'all's feedback. I would like to take y'all's suggestions into consideration as we do things. I'm going to ask y'all for advice on how we should go from one point to the next as the build progresses. Hopefully, some of y'all out there have the kit and start building right alongside. And there's a couple of you guys that I think know who I'm talking to here specifically, right, Cole? Robbie? Actually, I know, Robbie, you're still waiting on. Cole, don't you have one already? I think so. Before we discuss that. So let's build them, man. Let's build them together. And I will set on the Model Geeks Facebook page. I'm going to open up an album over there. So it'll be an album dedicated to this build. And I would encourage anyone else that's following along on the screen to go ahead and add pictures to the album. I'll also do it on the YouTube channel. I'll go ahead in the community section, see if I can't set up an album over there. So I encourage you to share what it is you're doing as we go on. Let's see here. Cole, my house faces west. Yeah, absolutely. So, that's I'm glad that you pointed that out. I've had some problems in the past. It was a piece of the chassis of one of the Monte Carlo kits I was working on. But anyhow, it had a problem, like a short shot, if I remember correctly. Anyway, they replaced it without even batting an eye. Jim Rogers over there took care of me. That's the customer service that you get from those guys. They are a great company. And, the company is made up of many employees, but it is Rick, Jim, and Chris. Those three guys are Salvinos, and they're just wicked guys. And they love the sport. They love the hobby. And as it says here, right here, Salvinos is doing a live tomorrow, so I'll bug them in. Absolutely. So they do 2 lives a week. They do one on Saturday for Salvinos in general. There is another one for the Builders Club on Wednesdays. That one's exclusive to only members of the club. And I will say, I posted that I was going to do this in the Salvinos JR Builders Club group. So all y'all that are coming from the group and watching this, I would ask y'all to mind our, the Salvinos JR Builders Club Code of Conduct and rules as we go through here this build. And let's just be mindful of that. So, but they do 2 lives. They're always talking to the modelers out there. They're just good stuff. Now, Robbie, you're a member. Are you a member of the Builders Club? I don't know that I've seen your name in there. If you're not, you should be. Think about it. Tony says he's a little late. Not sure when I'm going to start mine. Hey, start it now. That's what I'm saying. We can all benefit. We can build it together. So, okay. All right. So when do you think your buddy's going to get his in? I think that there's safety in numbers here, man. We can really we can feed off of each other's ideas and experiences as we build this. Things that we come in, issues that we might come across, things of that nature. Getting it done for the Nats. Oh man, a JR group build, huh? Mark, you might be onto something. I'd like to find out if Rick and Jim and Chris are going to be at Nats in Omaha this year. No, I could give Jim a call. That might be pretty cool. See if we can't do some sort of group build or at least a display, something where we can put things out on the table. That'd be a lot of fun. No, you don't. Absolutely don't. Jim, thanks for, I'm glad you found it. Make sure that I see you're coming in from YouTube. Make sure you subscribe. We'll be doing these once a week, at the very least once every 2 weeks, but I'm trying to do them once a week where we jump in and we're doing a different section of the car. So tonight's just kind of the open stream, kind of laying the groundwork. But starting next Friday, we are going to be knee deep into some motor building, my friend. And I'm looking forward to that part. The motor is one of my favorite parts of the build. There's just so much you can do with this. We're going to look at taking the intake and doing a little texture on it. We'll go ahead and run the ignition coil wires, and we're gonna do stuff with this. I've got to find that for the next live. Hold on, while we're talking about it, I've got some cool stuff here that I bought from German over. This has got all the anodized AN things and the braided line and all that jazz. So we can plumb up this motor. Right there it is, right there. So I've got stuff behind my camera. Let me show you all this stuff. There's some detail in parts that I think we can have a lot of fun with is go through building this. So we open this up, all the braided hose. But this is what's really impressive to me is all these. Well, I don't know if you can see those in there. Pull a couple of these out. I mean, these things, it's got T-fittings, elbows. These are the biggest ones. So this would be like for your radiator hoses, etc. I'm going to put a couple out here, put in my hand so you can see these. But these are just absolutely incredible. Resin, and they are real. So yeah, I think we're going to have to do some detailing here. We could really detail this thing up, like you read about with these little parts. So the motor is going to be a lot of fun. I can see it. I already started for another project. I had a couple of pieces here where I used a little lead wire and was already starting to. Actually, it's lead wire with some hose, but that was for an aircraft project. Now I'm working. Sorry, I'm trying to get it centered, guys. There you go. Cool stuff. Let me see if I can't find the link to this stuff and where I bought it, because this is really cool stuff. I'll put some pictures up too, some high detail focused pictures of these things so y'all can see them. I'll link to where I got them. Yeah, really cool stuff. So. Oh. All right. So anyhow, like I said, tonight is just kind of laying the groundwork and figuring out how we're going to progress forward. So let me see here. And please go ahead and fire your questions, man. I really enjoy answering the questions the best I can. I've got a couple of my other co-hosts there. I saw Whitey running around here. Where's Whitey? Had popped in there. He said plumbing up. So the detail guy. But I got a couple of my co-hosts in here answering questions. Stanley's in the house. Look, Stanley George. How you doing, my friends? Good to see you. Yeah. All right. So we're talking about when getting started. Yeah. I'm ready to get started as well. It's not like I don't have, enough projects over here on the bench. I got literally. I don't even want to go there. I got more projects on the bench that I can't even see straight. Okay, so not a member yet. The 1983 car bodies. So, I'll let me grab something real quick. I did one photo, and it's just love it. There's a few extra things done to it. For the most part, it's I don't know. I was going to say it's pretty much out of the box, but so there's decals and body wise. There's nothing other than a piece of aluminum stuff pop off me to fix. I did do the grills up front in aluminum. I made some aluminum details for under the hood. And this was the stuff that Luca was talking about earlier. There's also in the back, which you can't see, I did aluminum back there. I don't know if you can see it through the wheel window back there. That's all aluminum riveted. So it really turned out really cool. It was a lot of fun. I didn't really plumb anything up on it motor wise. I just added those aluminum details. But where I was going with this is the kit was just from start to finish a lot of damn fun. I had no issues. I had no fit issues. I had no nothing. It's just it went together like a dream. So I'm a fan. I am a true fan. And I think once y'all start, and that's a Jim Rogers original. He does great work. So I'm expecting just great things from this one. Let's see here. So, I go back to some of the comments. They're coming in pretty quick. Munchkin Modeling. I'm a member also. Yeah, I've been a member since almost the very beginning. So it's good stuff. Those guys are great. And being a member of the group really allows you some insight to some good stuff. Thanks, Robbie. Yeah, I'm not used to doing things real clean, but that one there was certainly clean. Thanks, Larry. I appreciate it. You ever finished that Bobby Allison Buick? That was a cool build. I did. It's over there as well. Let me I can grab that real quick. If so you don't have to see my fat butt walking off. Take a look at the old Monte Carlo. I'll grab it real quick. Maybe to epoxy a wheel back. I'm not telling you epoxy. Now this was an exercise in paint. It really was, because lots of complex paint corners and stuff. See, this is the wheel I was talking about. For some reason, that kind of broke loose. I don't know if life was dusting or something, but this one was a lot of fun to build. This is one of the old monogram kits. I did add some, I did the power slide decals. My decals were in a sad state, but yeah, it was a lot of fun. Appreciate you bringing that up, Robbie. I actually, the reason why that build series stopped so abruptly is because I lost my my footage. Everything that I had got corrupt, so it didn't get finished as far as the series goes. So. Yeah, Larry, if you get a chance to try one of them, you need to jump on. They're a lot of fun. And you're right, they don't look like that after the race, not at all. Especially back then, they were beat to hell. Okay, so Jim's working on the rollout car. So are these, Jim? Are these the pictures I saw on Facebook? Were those yours? Moving the exhaust dumps to the rear of the door and adding the second vent. I saw some a post on Facebook, and yeah, I was just wondering if that was yours. No, look. So here's Whitey's busting my balls over here, dude. Love getting him. Hey, they asked about it. I want to show it to them. So, what else am I going to do? I've got no production assistant here to help me out, my friend. So it's actually kind of odd doing these Facebooks solo like this, because I'm used to feeding off from my co-hosts there. We can usually go back and forth and feed off each other, but nope, not tonight. I have to do it just by the chat. It's a lot of fun though. So Jim, yeah, so he says yes, those were his. Yeah, that's great work. I'm really interested to see how you actually made those exhaust outlets. Was that aluminum, or was that made out of plastic? That was cool stuff. Why? Shipmate, invite you over. What are you, a vampire? It's always an open invite. You know that. All you got to do is knock on the glass door over here. Always open. What is your go-to for paint finesse? I use Model Car World. Is it Model Car World or Model Car Paints? Model Car MCW. Right? Here's what I use. Got that here. And in this instance, there's the gold. Silver. But yeah, I've got the MCW paints. These are lacquer based, model car world, and there you go. There's the super blue. This is the ultra silver gloss. And what I love about these paints is you can go on their website and they've actually got a list, and you can look at the year in the car and the livery, and they've typically got a paint to match. So I will be utilizing some of those for the what if on this. So, and actually, all right, so I'll give you a sneak peek of what I'm thinking. Okay. Don't know, but maybe that's as far as I go. It'd be cool. We'll see. So, yeah, so splash paints are awesome paints. I have some splash paints as well. But I find I use a lot of those on just regular cars or custom car type painting. I'll link when I re-upload to the YouTube channel. I will link to this Model Car World to their line of paints where it shows, the liveries and the years and all that. It's just really cool the way they've got that set up. So I'll link that in there. And I will also put a link to them on the Model Geeks Facebook page. Also throw some into the Grumpy Old Scale Modeler and so on. All the typical places, everywhere that we're at over there on social media. I'll put it in there. He says, hell yes, and praise Dale. I agree, my friend. So I got a story for another day. Maybe over a cold beer sometime, but I was actually there the day that Dale passed away. So I was working Daytona, and that's got a hell of a story when it comes to that. So there's got a warm spot in my heart, and for the man, and that's one of the reasons why I was thinking about doing the tribute. So we'll see how it goes. All right, guys, we're at an hour and 5 minutes. I'm not going to keep everybody here tonight on a Friday night. I just wanted to let y'all know that the Build Series is kicking off. I hope that y'all will tune in and either build along with me or shoot the shit with me as we move forward here on these lives. I look forward to the next one. As always, we say at the end of our podcast, let's all be good to each other. The hobby is to spread the hobby as best you can, but let's all be good to each other. And for God's sakes, man, you guys get out there and build something. I want to see y'all building this. Build it along with me. Let's have fun. So I'm going to go ahead and close it out for tonight. And then until next time, peace. Y'all have a good one.